Hi, I'm Bernadette, and today I would like to do something different. I've had some requests to do a tutorial on how I play the bass side of my accordion like a bass guitar. Now the first thing that you have to do is know the bass side of your accordion, know these notes. Where are they located? If I was to say, find me an E, you must know where you can find an E. You can find one, it's a counterbass of C, and it's also the E that makes it for E major. So knowing this, knowing what kind of fingering you can use for, or what might be available for you with fingering. The more you know about the accordion, the more you practice things like your scales. In every key would be good. To know how the accordion works, how the bass system works in the circle of fifths. It goes up C major, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, etc. This is not really what my video is about this time, but that's what you really do need to know. How do the basses relate to each other? If you've got a scale passage, what fingering you could use for that. So the first example that I would like to give you is for a bass line that is just exactly copying the bass guitar. And I think one of the most recognizable bass lines is La Bomba. And so I think everyone knows this. I'll just turn around, here you go. You see me? This is very slow. Now if I play that a little faster, so whatever you're playing in the right hand or comes in, your left hand, you've got to know that really well so that you can play the right hand and the left hand together. And that is also very important. So practice is the key thing here. To practice this line, this bass line, until you can basically play it in your sleep. That's the first thing. So this kind of line is one where you're just following the bass guitar. Now the other thing that I also like to do is if there is a bass line that isn't quite full enough, you need something else that just gives it a little bit of a spice, perhaps. In the layers of music, often this will be provided by either the guitar or the percussion section. So an example of this will be, and I'll play this for you again, is Blueberry Hill. So this one has a bass thrown in that gives you could play. But there's something missing, isn't there? There's kind of a beat, that feel of the music is missing. And the easiest way to get it to feel like a nice rock and roll song is whatever kind of key you might be playing in. This kind of thing, it works really nicely. So if you're playing up to speed, all those notes. Practice your, don't be afraid to practice your scales. In this particular one, since you're playing, still I'm going to do it in C. You have to reach down for that E flat. So how would you do that? Practice again. The best way, I still think, is to practice scales. So if you're doing a harmonic minor scale, if you're brave enough to do a melodic minor scale, that gets even trickier going down. It can be a little more tricky fingering wise. But whatever you try, whatever you're going to do to get yourself familiarized with the bass buttons. So here we go. So I hope that has helped you with everything that, this is a first step to learning to think outside the box. It's not, you can play La Bamba with a, it's possible, but it really doesn't sound like the song it was intended. It was intended with this bass line. So it's very important, I think, as accordionists, that we do play the music in a style. I know that years ago, when rock and roll first came out, it kind of defied the rules of the accordion with these lovely bass lines that we're hearing. And a lot of people didn't know what to do with those bass lines. Unfortunately, I wasn't around in the 50s, so I couldn't teach everyone what to do. But no, it would have been wonderful if someone had said, okay, we can do this. We don't have to, play the kinds of music that the accordion, the folk music that the accordion is first thought of, or the first kind of music was written for. So I hope that this has helped you to take the accordion outside the box of playing it as, your conventional polka instrument, and being able to play rock and roll in this particular case on the accordion. And I hope that this gives you some idea of what you can do. Thank you very much.